Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to some Pokemon Showdown. Now, today, we are going to be doing a little bit of a VGC 2015 live, and again, we are using the Twin Genie team that we have been using in the, the previous Showdown lives that were in the VGC format. But today, I have made a few changes to the team, courtesy of Powerhouse Pancham down in the comment section of the last video. He actually advised me to swap out Alamola for Suicune and swap out Weezing for Zapdos, so I don't know if those changes were for the better or for the worse, but I made them regardless, and we're gonna see how well that affected the team, and if, all those changes were really worth it in today's live. So I'm gonna go and look for a match here, and I guess I'll just be back when I find one. Alright, so we're in a match against a I don't even know, but he's gonna be bringing to my Milotic, a Liepard, a Thundurus, a Terrakion, a Metagross, and a Cresselia. So I guess I'm just gonna lead Thundurus and Sylveon, and we'll throw let's throw Lando and Zapdos in the back and see if that works. So he's gonna lead Liepard and Cresselia. Don't exactly know what Liepard serves as a purpose for in VGC, but I'm gonna try and check that out because, it's like the first time I've ever seen it in, VGC, so I want to see what it may or may not be used for. Does it even have a, no, it doesn't even have a VGC set on the Smogon website. Alright, nonetheless, I guess I might as well taunt it. And then I guess I'll just, do I drop a Hyper Voice? I think I do, so, I mean, it probably will be a Fake Out user, because that's, it does carry, Fake Out in its 6v6 single set, but I don't really know. It's gonna Fake Out my Sylveon, as I'm gonna actually taunt the Liepard, so the Cresselia is gonna set up a Calm Mind. That is not good at all. Probably should have taunted that thing. I'm gonna do that now, actually, and then now I'll just drop a Hyper Voice. So, I don't know, I don't imagine this guy staying with the Liepard, because honestly, it is not gonna take a Hyper Voice from a Sylveon, and, yeah, it's gonna actually bring in my Milotic. Oh, this team looks disgusting. I do not like the look of this team. Well, anyways, nonetheless, I'm gonna drop a Hyper Voice, and it's gonna do a good chunk of damage to my Milotic. I think I might as well just Thunder Wave the Cresselia and slow it down. And then I guess I'll just click Hyper Voice again and see what happens. Now, I don't know, forgive me guys if my commentary is a little bit off today because, I'm recording way earlier than usual today because I actually have an orthodontist appointment coming up soon, and I kind of just want to get a video out before that. But, yeah, so I guess I'll just be back when this guy makes his move. Alright, so I'm gonna land a Thunder Wave here as I'm gonna get Psychicked by this Sylveon, but no need to fear. Thundurus is gonna take the Icy Wind as predicted, and then of course I will get the Speed Drop, but I can just continue to drop a Hyper Voice, and it's gonna actually take out my Milotic, which is awesome. And then I guess, do I keep Thundurus around? I don't really see. I mean, is there really a point to keep Thundurus around when he has Liepard? I mean, my Milotic's gone, so I guess I can switch in Lando freely. I think I'm gonna switch out Lando for, switch out Thundurus for Lando the next time he chooses a Pokemon. Alright, so he's gonna bring in Liepard here, and it's pretty obvious that he's gonna try and Fake Out my Thundurus and snag the kill. So what I kind of want to do is bring in Lando here, and then I guess I'll just click Hyper Voice again on Sylveon. I mean, the last time he faked out my Sylveon, so he might actually do it again. But nonetheless, he is going to actually fake out my Sylveon, so I can take that pretty well, as Cresselia is going to actually Psychic me, and I'm going to go down. But, let's see, what can I do here? Cresselia's Taunt's going to end, so we definitely want to bring in Thundurus and taunt that thing again, because, Lando is the only Pokemon I can reliably, rely on to take out that, Cresselia. So, I mean, should I go for the Explosion here? I mean, I might be able to win with just, no, I can't just win with Thundurus and Zapdos. Alright, no. In that case, it would just be me, fighting Zapdos, but I really don't, I don't know if a U-turn will kill Cresselia, and a Rock Slide definitely won't, so I think I actually have to go for the Explosion here. But before I go down, I'm going to actually, I think, no, the Cresselia should go down to an Explosion, so what I want to do, I'm going to actually paralyze the Liepard before I go down, and we'll see what happens. I really hope this guy isn't carrying Metagross on his team, because if that was the case, we'd honestly be screwed. But, yeah, I'm going to go for the Explosion, as I do believe it's going to be able to knock out the Cresselia, and we're pretty much gonna wipe the field here. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. It's really gonna come down to what his last Pokemon's gonna be. If we're fortunate, it actually, Metagross wouldn't be that bad of a Pokemon, because we are running Heat Wave on Lando. But anyways, I'm gonna drop an Explosion, as it's gonna KO Liepard. It is not gonna actually KO the Cresselia, though. Well, that is not good, as it's gonna Psychic. I hope to God that Zapdos is faster. I mean, it should be. let's switch in Zapdos for Lando. Yeah, we'll do that. And, please, oh, it is gonna be the Metagross. Okay, so, I guess the only reasonable play to make is Heat Wave. I'm gonna go for it. Maybe we can take, what am I running? I'm running Citrus Berries, so I can pop a Citrus if I'm low. I really hope a Heat Wave will actually knock out Cresselia from this range. If it does, then we're in a pretty safe position, but if it's like a 2-hit KO, then we might be in quite the pickle here. Alright, the Metagross is going to actually Mega Evolve and go for the Protect, as I'm going to go for the Heat Wave, and I'm going to get a crit and actually knock out the Cresselia. I don't know if that mattered or not, but, I don't know, I guess I'm just going to go for the Heat Wave here, as he's going to actually Zen Headbutt, which I can actually pop a Citrus on and land the Heat Wave. Wait a second. Oh, and we're going to snag the burn. That is the GG. Yeah, that is a GG, because Zen Headbutt only does around 60%, and then with the burn hindering his attack stat, I can just click Heat Wave again, and that's pretty much going to be the end of the game. So, wow, a lot of luck in that last turn there. Of course, getting the crit and then getting the burn really just, you know, that really, how do I put that? That really determined the match. Like, that really locked in my position to win. So, good game. I'm going to go ahead and give my opponent a little bit of a GG, and I guess we'll just go ahead and search for another match and see what happens. Alright, so we're to match against Today 96, and he's going to be bringing Cresselia, Abomasnow, Hariyama, Heatran, Mawile in the Milotic. So this really does look like a Trick Room team, and Trick Room honestly destroys my team since a lot of my Pokemon rely on speed. So I guess we gotta lead Thundurus to taunt the Cresselia so that I can't set up Trick Room, and I don't know if it's worth leading off Lando to counter the Mawile or the potential Hariyama lead. I think it actually might, but then I don't want to lead Lando, yeah, I don't want to lead Lando, because he does have that competitive Milotic, so we're going to go Thundurus, Sylveon, and then I don't even think I'm going to be bringing Lando to this match. I think I'm just going to throw, Salamence and Zapdos in the back, and we'll go ahead and see what happens. I'm going to go and start the timer, and I guess I'll just jump cut until this guy, you know, chooses his lead. Alright, so he's gonna lead Cresselia and Abomasnow, as I'm gonna lead Thundurus and Sylveon. First order of business, we have got to taunt this Cresselia, because Cresselia is a monster if you allow it to set up. In terms of this Abomasnow, I think it'd be safe just to fire off the Hidden Power Fire. Honestly, from this range, it should be able to knock out the Abomasnow. So, oh, there it is. The Abomasnow is going to actually survive with 1% due to its Focus Sash. So that kind of reveals that it's not Mega Abomasnow, which is pretty interesting, actually, as Thundurus is going to get knocked out that turn. But what we can do now, we can actually bring in Salamence here, as what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to double Sylveon out for Zapdos. So we're going to switch, well, first Salamence. Let's Mega Evolve you, and then, Cresselia is still taunted. It did carry Ice Beam, though, which could be a problem. Okay, I think the play to make here is to Mega Evolve and go for Protect first turn, and then I'll just fire off another HP Fire on the Abomasnow, because we're not going to get too hasty with Salamence just yet. Of course, the Abomasnow is going to Protect. Alright, that was a really, really good play to make right there, as Sylveon's going to be the only one taking damage this turn. Well, of course, Cresselia is, and then, of course, you know, so, okay, so, how do we want to go about doing this? I think we gotta double edge the Cresselia, and then we gotta HP Fire the Abomasnow. I think that's the play to make. The Abomasnow is gonna actually Ice Shard my Sylveon here, as I'm gonna take some Rocky Helmet damage, and then I can just drop the HP Fire on the Abomasnow, knocking it out, as the Cresselia is really fixated on knocking out my Sylveon for some reason, when its real priority should be my Salamence. But either way, the Cresselia's taunt's gonna wear off. Double Edge did about 41 to 45%, and does, oh, that's not good, because we're not in range of it anymore. We can't knock him out. I don't have a switch. Okay, I gotta switch out Salamence for Zapdos, because, with my Intimidate, of course, I need to get out of here. So, let's go Zapdos, and then in terms of Sylveon, I guess we just gotta HP Fire the Mawile, and hope that, the Mawile attacked my Salamence. It's gonna be a Mega Mawile, as it's gonna actually Sucker Punch me and knock me out, unfortunately, as the Cresselia is gonna set up the Trick Room. Oh, that is not good. That is not good. This very well could be the game, because honestly, Mawile is going to outspeed my Salamence due to Trick Room and just knock me out with a Play Rough. So I don't know if I should, I guess I'll just Tailwind's not going to help at all. I guess, do I just Thunderbolt the Mawile and then Protect on Salamence? I mean, I want to try and stall out the Trick Room as long as possible. Yeah, he's going to go for the Play Rough here on my Salamence, or on my Zapdos, actually, as it's going to get knocked out between the Mawile and the Crest. That really sucks, because now, if I would have known that, I could have actually gotten some damage off on Crest and actually snagged the kill. But either way, this is pretty much going to be the match here. I don't even need to continue this match, really. I guess I'll just double edge Crest. But honestly, the Mawile is just going to click Play Rough on my Salamence and pretty much knock it out, sealing the deal in terms of this game. So I'm going to give my opponent a little bit of a GG. We didn't really play too well in that game, but we did okay. So anyways, I guess I'll just exit out of this match and go ahead and find another one for you guys. Alright, so we're to match against Cancerin, and she's going to be bringing Kangaskhan, Sylveon, Infernape, Sableye, Charizard, and the Thundurus. So a very scary looking team, not going to lie. I think I better lead, I kind of want to lead Thundurus, Landorus, and then throw Suicune and Sylveon in the back. Or would it be better to throw, it might be better to throw Zapdos in the back, actually. No, I think it'd be better to bring out Salamence in the back. Yeah, we'll do that, and I guess I just might as well start the timer here, and we'll just wait and see what Cancerin leads off with. Alright, so I'm gonna lead Thundurus and Lando, as she's gonna lead Thundurus and Infernape. So, I really hope we can win the speed tie here, not gonna lie. First order of business, I gotta taunt the Thundurus. Yeah, we're gonna taunt Thundurus, and just in case the Thundurus gets any funny ideas and tries to HP Ice my Lando, I'm gonna actually switch Suicune in here as we can gain initiative to attack the Infernape the following turn. So, I'm pretty sure that was quite the solid play to make here. I almost feel like the Thundurus is gonna predict me to taunt and is gonna go for the HP Ice, which will technically be taking my bait, allowing me to switch into Suicune. So, I don't know, I think that was a pretty good play. I guess I'll be back with you guys when Cancerin makes her move. Alright, so I'm going to bring in Suicune here as the Infernape's going to actually go for the fake out here as Thundurus is going to Thunderbolt my Suicune. Oh no, that was such a good play to make. I thought I honestly got him there. Alright, well that kind of sucks. I guess we'll just bring Lanzo in here and, wow, that was a really, really good play. That just turned around the match so much. I guess I got to Thunderbolt this Thundurus, and then I got an EQ with my Lando. Oh man, that was such a good play to make. I can't believe he did that. Alright, well nonetheless, I'm just gonna go ahead and make this play. I'm gonna kind of start taking this match aggressively because I can't really waste turn initiatives with Thundurus setting up T-Wave and whatnot. As the Infernape's gonna go for the feint here as I can drop an EQ and hopefully knock it out. Yeah, so the Infernape's gone. I thought it was Focus Sash for a second, but now the Thundurus is gonna actually knock out my Lando with the HP Ice, but I can return the favor on the Thundurus with the Thunderbolt, knocking it out, so that thing's gone. And yeah, I really hope you're not bringing Kangaskhan to this match, because if you do, we're kind of screwed. Oh, and there's the Kangaskhan, and there's the Sylveon. So, unfortunately, our best play to make here is just to Thunder Wave the Kangaskhan, and then in case he fakes out my Thundurus, I gotta Mega Evolve here and go straight for the Double Edge on the Sylveon, since it is the main threat here, because honestly, Salamence is like the only thing that's gonna be reliable in taking down the Kangaskhan. So, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna see what happens, and I guess I'll just jump cut until my opponent makes their move. Alright, so I'm going to be able to Mega Evolve here as it's going to actually be a Mega Kangaskhan. I can paralyze it. Oh god, voice crack. And I'm going to double edge the Sylveon as the Kangaskhan's going to get paralyzed and the Sylveon's going to fire off a Hyper Voice. Oh, there goes Salamence. And I mean, if we can't win this game, I'm going to try and make it at least a 1-0 here. So I'm going to actually Thunderbolt. I mean, he's probably going to Sucker Punch me. I think it might be better to Thunder Wave with the Sylveon, not gonna lie. I almost feel like this Kangaskhan's gonna try and Sucker Punch. Oh, but the Sylveon's gonna break through and go for the Hyper Voice as it's gonna knock out my Thundurus, and that is gonna be the game. So unfortunately, so far in this session, we have been playing horribly. I don't know if it's the changes made to the team. I actually might change the team back to the way it was, because I do kind of, I did like it a little more the way it was. But either way, we're gonna try and get another match in for you guys, and I don't know, we're gonna try and increase our wins in today's session. So we're gonna match against Hooli, and he's gonna be bringing Scizor, Amoonguss, Conkeldurr, Gardevoir, Talonflame, and the Azumarill. A pretty threatening team. I almost don't want to lead Thundurus because I kind of want to save it for the potential Amoonguss with Rage Powder, etc. So, it might be better to lead Salamence, Sylveon, and then throw maybe, I mean, does Lando benefit our team? I mean, kind of. Yeah, I guess we can throw Lanzo and Zapdos in the back. So, Hooli's gonna bring Gardevoir and Conkeldurr as I'm gonna lead Salamence and Sylveon. So, a pretty good lead. Not gonna lie, I gotta definitely switch Salamence out of here because, I kind of get screwed over in terms of Gardevoir. So, I guess we'll go ahead and switch in Lanzo. into Salamence' place here, and I might as well just go for the Hyper Voice here and try and knock out the Conkeldurr. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna bring Lando in as Conkeldurr's pretty much screwed, as he's gonna bring in Caesar, and this is gonna be a Mega Gardevoir as I can Hyper Voice here, as it's gonna take it pretty well. Kind of wish I predicted the Caesar and went for the HP Ice. Now the Gardevoir is gonna set up Trick Room, which is horrendous. That is not good. Well then, I guess I'm just gonna have to Earthquake here, and then I guess I'll switch Salamence in. I'm really nervous about this Gardevoir. Does Gardevoir get access to Ice Beam? I almost feel like it does, and that's gonna really mess us up. Anyways, we're gonna bring in Salamence here, as we're gonna lower the Gardevoir's attack even more, as well as the Caesar's, as it's gonna Swords Dance, and here the Gardevoir is gonna go for the Hyper Voice, which Salamence cannot take. It cannot take that. I'm actually able to knock out the Gardevoir here, but I can't knock out the Caesar. Oh no, this is not good, and with a 1.5 times attack boost, it's probably better just to go into Zapdos here, as I can potentially Heat Wave it. But honestly, Lando's dead. It's pretty much dead. Man, I don't know what it is. We were doing so much better in the previous VGC lives. I don't know what's happening today. But anyways, I'm gonna bring in Zapdos here. Ooh, he is gonna be bringing Amoonguss. Okay, so this is okay for me. I guess I have to click EQ here, as I can actually Heat Wave with Zapdos and do quite a lot of damage to Caesar and Amoonguss. I mean, that's assuming that Zapdos can somehow, even with the Trick Room up, move before Amoonguss, because I know that the Amoonguss is probably going to Spore my Zapdos, and if it gets off a Spore, that's pretty much that. We pretty much lose the game. Caesar is going to Bullet Punch my Lando here, as the Amoonguss is going to Spore me, and I am going to go to sleep, so unfortunately, that is the game. We are not going to be able to win. Man, I am doing awful. I honestly do believe that I'm going to go ahead and change the team again back to the way it was, because it honestly was a lot better in my opinion. Well, that's a shame. I honestly thought the changes would be a lot better, but I guess they're not. So whatever. In terms of Sylveon, I'm gonna HP Fire the Caesar, and then I guess I have to go for another Heat Wave, so maybe Zapdos can wake up. Nope, Sylveon's gonna get bopped by the Bullet Punch, and then I don't know why I went for another Spore, but I am asleep, so you know, I'm just gonna forfeit the game and give the game over to Julio, or Huli, not Julio, just Huli, and I guess I'll just go and search for another match, and I'll be back when we find one. Alright, so we're in a game against TTTE, and he's gonna be bringing a Thundurus Darien, a Sceptile, a Milotic, a Whimsicott, a Scrafty, and a Diggersby. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna go with the whole standard team here. I'm gonna go Thundurus, Sylveon, and then we'll just throw, Lando and Zapdos in the back and see what happens. Hopefully, I mean, Milotic Sceptile lead is so obvious, and I mean, I guess we'll kind of be preparing for that, as we can, you know, just HP Ice the Sceptile, and then just, Hyper Voice the Sceptile off the Sylveon. So, I'm gonna go and start the timer, and I think we are in a pretty good position, so I will be back when, my opponent chooses his leads. Alright, so I'm gonna lead Thundurus and Sylveon, as my opponent's gonna lead Thundurus Darien and the Milotic. So, let's see, Thundurus Darien, Volt Absorb, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna actually go straight for the Thunderbolt on the Milotic, as well as just Hyper Voicing off the Sylveon, as the Milotic's gonna protect. Okay, so, the Thundurus is gonna probably HP Ice, as the Thunderbolt's gonna land on the Milotic, but not actually do any damage, and then, of course, I can Hyper Voice. It's gonna do a good chunk of damage, but it is not gonna be enough. So, in the meantime, the best play to make would be, I mean, honestly, Thundurus is going to go down here, so might as well just T-Wave Milotic as I go down, and then I can just Hyper Voice and do a good chunk of damage to Milotic and Thundurus, as, of course, Thundurus goes down to a crit HP Ice there. So, anyways, the Milotic's going to fire off a Scald. It's going to get the burn. Are you serious, man? And I guess I'll just fire off a Hyper Voice, and it's going to do a good chunk to Milotic, but not really that much. Alright, then, I don't want to bring in Lando, because, competitive Milotic. I guess we gotta go Zapdos here. That's a shame. Honestly, we are just, I'm pretty sure it's the team, not gonna lie, guys, because normally I'm not this bad at VGC. I really am not. But, yeah, I definitely do think that I'm gonna change the team up after this match. Probably by the next live, we'll have the old team back. The old working team. Anyways, I guess I'm just gonna Thunderbolt the Milotic and then Hyper Voice again, because why not? I mean, we don't really have another option. The Scrafty is gonna actually fake us out, as I can drop a Thunderbolt, and that's gonna actually take out the Milotic, so that's fine. Sylveon's gonna flinch. It is gonna take some burn damage. Now we can actually switch in Lando and not have to worry about the competitive Milotic, so that's awesome. Okay, so in comes Sceptile, as, I pretty much have to go for the HP Ice. That's pretty much my only play, so I'm just gonna HP Ice the Sceptile, and then I'm gonna Hyper Voice again. I really hope that I can just land this Hyper Voice, because it'll be doing so much damage to both Scrafty and Sceptile, but of course, Sceptile's gonna go ahead and click Protect, and then, of course, I can't really land the Hyper Voice on it, but either way, I think what we have to do now is go for the HP Ice on the Sceptile, and then I guess I'll just Hyper Voice again. So either way, this turn, we're gonna be doing a hell of a lot of damage to Sceptile. I honestly, yep, there it goes, it's gone. Okay, so we finally won a match. We won, like, one match after losing, like, 4 in a row, so I'm gonna actually do slash rating and check out my stats, because they probably went down tremendously. My GXE is still 50, and then, okay, my wins and losses are a little bit different, but anyways, yeah, let's see, where are we sitting at time-wise today? Oh, we're at a pretty good timestamp, so I guess, anyways, guys, that match is probably gonna go ahead and wrap up the session and this video, so thank you all so much for watching, and be sure to take it easy, you guys.